Now then, people, good afternoon and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you're all doing well. That 30-minute counter keeps catching me out. Hope you're all doing well. We're here to talk about two major stories, two big stories that are out there in the space. Leeds have had their first official bid. Country in the morning and in the afternoon. One of them, whatever that is. Brian says, how annoying. Yeah, Udinese reject Leeds bid. Are you on about me or the countdown? Real Betis is going to Firpo. Firpo's going to Real Betis. We'll get into it. We are back. Hardest working man on YouTube. Big up for that, Ethan Ryder. That means a lot, my broski. Try do what I can. Loads for us to get into. But let's start first and foremost with Gianluca Damasio. He is your Fabrizio Romano for all Italian sports news, really. Udinese Leeds first offer for Bijol rejected. The black and white club has rejected. Let me just zoom in for you a little. The black and white club has rejected the first offer from the English. Obviously, this is translated from the English club. The parties will meet again in the next few hours. Bijol to England, the Udinese player is very popular with Leeds. The English club, however, received the first no from the Bianchorini for the Slovenian. After the first offer was rejected, the parties will continue their contacts and will update each other in the next few hours. So we might get an acceptance soon. This season, Bijol has made 37 appearances, scoring 2 goals and providing 2 assists. Is defending in attacking penalty boxes. Boom. Yeah, I agree, Luke Riddle. I agree with you, mate. I'm not saying the bid's done by any stretch of the imagination, 100%. And I just think it's a case of when, not if, I think, with Bijol, if I'm being honest. Again, we'll go to some more reports. So let me just do some translating on this one. So there is this as well. This was from Marco Contierio, who I think initially broke it. He says negotiations between Leeds and Udinese are progressive. Request of 20 million increased offer of Leeds are approaching the request of Udinese. Positive feelings in the negotiations between the parties. But again, that could be 20 million euros. I don't think we'll be paying 20 million. And I would say that's probably a little bit too much, if I'm honest. Let's have a look. Euro pounds, 5 times 4. 20 million euros is like 17 million. Yeah, so 20 by 5 and times by 4. Yeah, it's like 16 mil in it, 16, 17 mil, which is a little bit over the 15 that Andrea believes we should pay. But listen, it might actually be 20 million, but I don't think so. No, we've no nod on how much the first offer was, but I think it's more a case of they want 20 with bid X. We'll meet somewhere in the middle. Yeah, 20 million. If it's 20 million English pounds, yeah. But if it's 20 million euros, that means they're wanting close to 16 million. So, and we said, or the Athletic put, we were willing to go between 12 and 15. So I think it'll still be around that 15 million mark. He said 20 milliano, but he said it in a European language. So he would automatically assume euros, where in England we mean pounds. So I don't think it's actually 20 million pounds. I think it's more akin to 16. And if you remember, the Athletic piece was between 12.75 and 15.25. So I think it's going to be somewhere like that. They want 20, which is about 16, 17. We'll bring it down. I think we won't pay more than 15, to be honest. So there's a couple more of the reports that are out there. Joe, maybe 12 up front rising. Maybe, who knows? But I do think 20 million might be just a little bit too much for him. So yeah, thank you for that. Sorry, I've just had something changed. So I just want to quickly change that. Let's put that. Actually, we'll leave as is. Cool. Right. Okay. Let's go back then. So what's the maximum you would pay, folks, do you think, for someone like Bijol? Yeah, again, it's been reported. You can see here it's been reported at Sky Sport as well over in Italy now. Leeds United have had a bid rejected. This also goes against what some quarters of the journalism world of Leeds are telling us, that a deal will be done on the first, but only until the 1st of July. It's the 12th of June. It's the 12th of June. So you're telling me a Leeds going to sign him and then not, just keep it under wraps till then? I think, we might not announce it till the 1st, but this whole notion, because I know a lot in the comments, because Joe Donoghue ran a piece, who's a YouTuber now as well, big up, said, it'll happen on the 1st. It'll happen on the 1st and no more. Well, we're seeing bids going in. We've bid for Diarra. We've bid for Bijol. So that sort of goes against what we've said, So yeah. Yeah, so there we go. Anyway, we move. But yeah. Thoughts on 15 million with add-ons? No, I don't want to get close to 20. I don't want to get close to 20. Just based on what my man Andrea said, shouldn't be paying more than 15. The Athletic, look, I think we're getting bogged down on that 20 million. I think he means euros. Let's just go. What we'll do is just quickly go to the Athletic piece again that we saw just the other day, and I'll look. Leeds United remain optimistic on completing a deal for Udinese defender, with talks focused on a deal around 15 to 18 million, which equates to that. Now, if they're saying we want 20, boom. So I wouldn't get bogged down on the 20 million pound figure. I do believe it'll be, he means euros, which then would equate, bomb across. So I think Leeds won't pay over 15, to be honest. Yeah, no, Vic, that's a great point. We have no reason up to this point to question them. But what we don't want to do is overpay. And I don't think the 49ers will either. So yeah, Jaka Bijol, first bid rejected. But like with anything, Leeds probably tried taking the piss. Maybe they gave more add-ons instead of an upfront fee, So yeah, that's that on Jaka Bijol. I do think the way that it's moving, it's probably going to be announced before the 1st of July. Now, Joe Donoghue's done a piece. Big up my fellow YouTube brother. He's done a piece on Petrovic, obviously potentially being a Leeds United target. However, YEP understands Ellen Road isn't the Serbians' first choice. To be honest, I've seen AC Milan linked with him. It turns out it was actually him that made the decision to not go on Club World Cup, according to some reports. Again, this is an opinion piece. And yeah, this is an opinion piece. So I'd love Petrovic. I think we all would. But yeah, long-standing image rights issue that could complicate a transfer negotiations. We can have a look. We'll have a look and see what he says specifically on that. Let's have a look. BBC report Petrovic is for sale and has been made aware of this by the club. Goalkeeper Petrovic is rated at Stamford Bridge, but agree all parties a move away after a productive loan spell at Strasbourg. The Serbian international does have image rights issues that could impact permanent transfers, so loan options are also being explored. Well, best thing to do is ask AI why that would cause any issues on a permanent transfer. We'll find out. 1 second. An image rights issue can complicate a permanent transfer for several reasons. The player's existing image rights agreements, possibly with sponsors or personal endorsements, may conflict with the new club's commercial deals or league regulations. These contracts often grant exclusive rights to certain brands, which could limit the club's ability to use the player's image. Image rights deals can involve significant payments to the player, separate from the salary. Club ownership, tax and legal issues. The players might use image rights as a bargaining chip to demand better terms, such as higher salary. A loan move avoids some of these issues because it's temporary, requiring less commitment to resolving long-term image rights disputes. Makes you wonder why they get into image rights. I'm not too sure. Yes, I think that's where it probably is, isn't it? 20 million euros as opposed to pounds. Yes, so give him like a full-on, like a Petr check, but with a like a full-on. And I was like, who is it? You know, like El Grande Americano. If you've been watching WWE, it's so funny. I know it's lame, and I know I'm 37, but when hearing Michael Cole go, "It's Chad Gable," and they're going, "That is not Chad Gable, Michael." He's so funny, man. Yeah, like El Grande Americano. Do you know what, as well? I've not been watching WWE in between the premium live events. And when I saw the lineup for Money in the Bank, I just went, Seth Rollins, there's no way they let anyone else in this lineup win that Money in the Bank. I was a bit pissed off. I do like Seth Rollins, but it was just guaranteed. But I tell you what, Ron Killings, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for a bit of the truth. Cutting off his braids. I'm Ron Killings. I was like, let's go. He'll get a lot of love, won't he, our truth. But yeah, look, Petrovic, I don't think we get done anyway. I think he'd be a lot of people's preferred choice. But when clubs like Milan and that, and look, we can see here, I believe that Bijol would have gone to Milan, Roma, Inter, but they ain't got the money that we have, and we're a Premier League club, and that's the mad thing. So maybe you can convince Petrovic, but if he can go play in the Champions League, he's going to do that, innit? He's going to do that. But like the Athletic said, on the Bijol transfer, they said between 12 and 15, which is 16 to 18 million euros. Udinese say, right, we want 20. Leeds go in and say, well, we'll give you, I don't know, 16 million euros, which would equate to about 12. And then it's just like posturing. I do think it looks like we'll get Bijol done. And contrary to reports, that'll probably get done before the 1st of July. So happy days. Bro, you don't. It doesn't not need to be real for you to enjoy it. When you're getting smashed on a ladder, you're getting smashed on a ladder. You know what I mean? It's, you know, you're not getting smashed through an announce table. You're getting smashed through an announce table. It's mad. It's a madness. Isaac Johnson has done a piece on the Bijol stuff, and this is obviously from the Yorkshire side of it. Probably will have gone and asked the club for their take on it, just to corroborate any stories. So we'll see what he's had to say on the piece. If there's anything new, Leeds are hopeful of landing. Yeah, they've spoken about that. About 5 first-team players. There's nothing there. It's just same stuff, innit? It's just same stuff. We need to start taking shots now. Start taking shots. We get far too much clout. It's a soap with acrobatics and weapons. How can you not enjoy it? Tell them, Luke. Nothing's in there that's any different to what we're being told already on the continent. There's chat of AC Milan selling Teo Hernandez, regardless if Atletico Madrid agreement goes through or not. So in theory, it opens up an 11 pathway for Firpo. That was an hour ago. Well, that's been kiboshed because the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Fabrizio Romano, top tier #1 source when it comes to transfers. Actually, no, I'd now say it's David Ornstein, but Fabrizio Romano, close second. Real Betis are closing in on Junior Firpo deal as 3-year contract has been offered to the left back. His comeback's getting closer. It's at the final stages. 100%, bro. So this is almost that. Here we go. It's almost that. Here we go. I'll be sad to see him go, but it's all cool. It's all cool. Yeah. Going in surgery tomorrow for some blood clots to be removed. Going to binge watching Just Joe from start. See how far I can get. You don't want to watch me from start. Bloody hell, it's brutal. It's brutal. But yeah, comeback is definitely getting closer. Service announcement as well. The roofer came today, measured. He's starting it tomorrow, so that should be sorted soon. No one wants my piano. If anyone is in the northeast and can help me, just get it out of the house, please, because I want to start prepping that space over there. Yeah, but Junior Firpo is going to leave Leeds. That leaves a space for a left back. We have been linked to Ronaldo, of course, from Atletico Madrid. The only issue we have with Ronaldo, if indeed Leeds United are going to pursue that, is the competition for his signature, but also the fact that the Club World Cup is going to be playing and doesn't finish until, I mean, this is to get to the final, but it doesn't actually finish until like the second week of July. No, 13th. Yeah, second week of July. The final is on, when's the final? I think it's the Sunday. No, that's a semi. When's the final? Yeah, I'm not sure. But basically around about the second week of July. I don't think Atletico will get that far, but he plays there, and that might cause Leeds issues because we want our players in ASAP, don't we? That's the truth. We want our players in ASAP. Yeah, the Simicast Leeds is not a thing. I think not Forest. It sounds like yeah. I think so as well, Deck. And maybe you could be looking over at Alex Moreno's been linked to, was on loan at Forest for as little as 5 million. It would make sense, but I just think there wasn't much to it, mate. He's going to cost a lot of money, and he'll fancy himself as still being able to play for a club that's in Europe. And I think clubs who are in Europe will want him, to be honest. So it's always going to be a difficult deal. If someone's at a club like Liverpool, you know, a club that are at the top end, their next transfer is somewhere in the mid, innit? In the Prem or abroad. Because do they really want to risk it to come to a team that's newly promoted, having seen the way the league's gone over the last 2 years? I'd say not. So yeah, it's going to be difficult, and that's why we're probably going to have to go to the continent, and then the experienced pros we can pick up from Premier League clubs that aren't at the top end. You know, so it'll be a bit. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But Jaka Bijol, decent signing to kick us off, right? Why can't things go? They are, bro. They are. First bid was always be rejected from Jaka Bijol. I do think Andrea made a good point actually earlier on. Let me just remember, let me just find his tweet. I think it was in response to the goalkeeper hunt. 1 second. Here it is. Yeah, I just want to quickly bring this up. I mean, it's just the wording of Joe's tweet. Leeds are, though, in the market for a keeper. I don't know if you can see that. If the right deal is available. And Andrea makes a good point saying, I really hope we see that if the right deal is available, disappear in the upcoming weeks, because we definitely need a goalkeeper. Yeah, you don't want this to be a situation where Leeds will only get a goalkeeper if Melier leaves. Do you know what I mean? We need to be telling him, you're going, mate. You're going. And that's that. So, yeah, one to watch. Mate, I'm all over that NFC 2000. I'm all over it. I've said I would sign Toffolo on a free. It makes perfect sense. I don't know why he's not already at the club. There's been a lot of that, hasn't there, lately, Tyler, to be honest. Yeah, I have to wait and see. But I think that's it, really. I think we're covered, aren't we? for the latest news anyway on the ether. There is going to be a redirect for this, folks, because I'm going on a show over on Potsy's channel. Potsy's 12-man channel. Myself and other content creators in the Premier League space will be discussing the latest stuff. What was it about Joseph? What do you mean? Joseph, yeah, so my opinion on that. Again, it's my opinion. I think the club will sell. Whether we agree or disagree with it, I think it's probably too much profit for them to turn down. Genuinely believe that. I think they'll look at it and say, oh, is he going for that cheap? You'd want it to be somewhere close to 10. But like a lot of people say, can we demand 10 for a player that scored 3 goals in his last year? Are we in danger of overgassing him? You know my thoughts on it though, so it's hard. And you know, on the loan thing as well, right? And I get the argument for it. I'm not taking shots or dunking on anybody yet. But let's say Leeds get relegated, he gets loans out and has a crap time with it. Then what? I think we might be in. We genuinely might be in a place of this is the peak time to sell him. From a PSR perspective, because any figure's just pure profit. Yeah, that's never happening, is it? Never happening. Although some would have done videos on who we should sign and probably stuck him in there. Hope you enjoyed the scouting report yesterday as well. If you haven't, go check it out. Some good picks in there. Diouf being the main one. My pick anyway. Yeah, of course he has, Ethan. You're right. But do we have time to wait for him to find that? I don't think we do. I think you sell him now. You invest that money, and we get a ready striker. And then, after a couple of seasons in the Prem, you can then start to loan out young prodigies. That's where my head's at with it. But listen, in 10 minutes' time, we'll be on. We will be on the 12-man podcast with Potts there. Probably Wolfie will be there. Halftime hooks. Some more, many more as well. So make sure you join us. There is a redirect set as well, so you'll just go straight on over. So I'll see you there in 2 minutes. Yeah, go on over and put Just Joe Raid. Yeah, we mustn't forget we've got Harry Gray as well. We've got Harry Gray. So yeah, man. Yeah, go on over, redirect. Yeah, that's the kicker, isn't it? 20% sell-on clause, low fee. Don't know how true it is. We'll wait and see, right? There'll be a lot of different reports, but yeah, I'll see you in a bit, man. Make sure you join me over there. Just Joe Raid, I want to see you in the chat. Peace out, man. Bye-bye.